Sure don't want to do a
Oh, yeah.
All right.
computer reset real quick?
Let me grab the Jurassic Park.
That's not funny.
Hey, what's up? We are One Board Family, and we are playing Jurassic Parts tonight. We are playing this new game that comes to Kickstarter on the 21st of January, 2020. So Jurassic Parks is a game all about archaeology, and audio's working.
Hey.
Jurassic Parts is about archaeology and trying to build some sweet, sweet dinosaurs. So we've got some special guests, so we are going to get to the board, and then we're going to explain this game in just a second. Let's switch cameras. All right. We've got a new setup for our camera. Hello, everybody. So we are, let's see here. Okay.
Get Bob Cam.
So Bob Cam.
Yep.
I'm all twisted up here. How'd that happen?
Need help.
So there we go.
Everything's throwing
Okay.
me off this new setup.
Yeah, new setup. All right. Chad Elkins, you are back
Hey there.
in the house. How are you doing, sir?
Doing excellent. Always good to be here in Columbus with y'all. Appreciate the invite.
Excellent. So you have been in development with Jurassic Parts for a little while. Tell
Yeah.
us a little about the game, and then
Sure.
you can kind of teach us how to play.
Yeah, so this is, I signed this game, I guess probably, man, I feel like it's been almost 2 years now. You guys saw it maybe at least a year-ish plus ago in very rough prototype form. But Jurassic Parts is a area control, kind of area enclosure set collection game involving, as you probably guessed, dinosaur fossils. So it is designed by Kevin Lansing, who you may know his name from probably one of the best gateway co-op games probably on the market today, which is Flashpoint Fire Rescue. So fantastic game. He designed that whole series. So this is his design, and all the beautiful artwork that you see. The illustrations are done by Andrew Bosley, who's done a ton of great games. Everdell, Tapestry, The River. I could list games for a while, but very talented artist. And then Matt Paquette, who's done a ton of work for AEG on Tiny Towns and a bunch of their games. Did the graphic design, like UI layout stuff. But put it all together, and you've got Jurassic Parks.
Nice. So this is an area control game where we're going to be trying to get the best dinosaur parts to put together our dinosaurs. If you look right here, these are the different dinosaurs that you're going to be able to build. You've got a Velociraptor, T-Rex, Brachiosaurus, pterodactyls are all together already, and Triceratops. So, and then you've got some plant artifacts, which are pretty cool. I don't think they were in one of the original.
No, the
That's a
original
pretty cool
design
touch.
did not have the plant fossils.
I like that.
But we added that later. And it's a different scoring method than
Yep.
the actual dinosaurs themselves. So it gives two different ways to do that.
Yeah. So let's teach people how to set this board up. So we've got our overhead cam here, which we have just set up so that it's actually hanging from the ceiling. So we've got a new setup here. What we're going to do, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these. These are wild fossil pieces. One of these is going to get shuffled into one of those decks, correct?
Correct. Yeah, you'll
Okay.
leave one. This will be kind of your center
That'll be the
tile,
center of the board.
as you build out your modular
Okay.
board. For those everyone else watching at home here, they've already sorted these. You've got one set of these. So basically half the tiles are face up, half of them are face down, but every tile has either a dinosaur fossil or it has the plant fossil on it. But you can vary the game however you want to. You could do a third up and 2/3 down. You can do all face up, all face down. But basically what you're going to do is we can all just assemble the board randomly. You don't think too much about it. Just kind of throw them out there and squeeze them together.
Yep.
But really try to keep as best you can the wild tile in the middle, just so it's kind of equidistant from the edges.
All right. There you go.
And this will just assemble your playing surface. So obviously what's nice about it, basically every time you play the game, you are going to have a different board.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of glare. I'm going to try to take care of it.
All right, once we get the board set up, what we need to do is determine the start player. And so that can be
Last person to something about a fossil.
Right, which was
yeah.
starting player was the I think it was the last person to like see a dinosaur fossil. Or most recently saw a dinosaur fossil. So who's the last person went to a museum around here?
It's been a while.
It's been a few years for us.
It's been a minute.
Like you guys are with the kids, you probably beat
Right.
Bob and I.
I can't.
So
I
we'll let
can't
Erin
tell
go
you.
first.
All
So,
right.
Okay.
so first player gets no starting item. The second player is going to begin the game with an extra sharpened chisel. Well, that'll be. We'll know what that means in a second. The third player will receive an amber to start the game.
And chisel.
And the fourth player gets an amber and a sharpened chisel.
Nice.
man.
Okay.
I like being the
Right.
fourth player.
So that'll be
Yeah,
what you
pretty good.
start the game with. And you'll also notice that each player's character, as you saw Ryan hold it up there, there's no unique player powers. It's just a nice flavor text with a different person.
Okay.
And also kind of shows you what color your board is. The game will come with 6, so you'll have 6 different colors of chisels, but it is a 2 to 4 person game, so you've got 2 extra colors that you won't use each time.
Okay.
The game also has 1 extra character. He is called the field leader. And the field leader, think of him kind of like the supervisor of the dig site. So we're all paleontologists trying to go out on our own. It's a competitive game, so we're working against each other to try to see who can assemble and collect the best collection to take it back to the museum or our university where we work. And then the field leader is kind of out here overseeing things. But what the field leader can do, you can actually interact with the field leader and purchase 4 different types of abilities that he can help you with. And the currency in the game is amber. So you can you earn amber in one of 2 ways, or both 2 ways, excuse me. One way you earn amber is to complete a dinosaur. So as you're pulling your dinosaur tiles, you can keep them hidden. It's up to you for your loose random tiles. Keep them hidden. But as soon as you complete a dinosaur, you must reveal it. And then once you complete it, you collect an amber for that dinosaur. As well, at the end of the game, each complete set's going to score points. One thing you'll notice, the pterodactyls are by themselves a single dinosaur. I see there's one face up right there.
One there.
So a face up, so a pterodactyl is a complete dinosaur. So if you end up pulling that in your collection, it immediately is revealed. And
you get an amber
and you
for that.
immediately get an
Okay.
amber. Yeah. So that's one way to get currency. The other way to acquire amber.
Oh, I forgot you get amber for completing a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's something that we forgot
yeah,
when we
we
were playing
did.
this.
And then you also can take any fossil that's not a complete set, so either a plant or one of your incomplete pieces, and actually sell it to the field leader, and he will hold that, and that will earn you an amber.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see that down here.
And you can only sell 1 per turn to the field leader. To transact with the field leader, it costs you 1 amber for the first ability, and then it will cost you 2 amber for the next ability that you want to use, and 3 for the third. So it gets more expensive if you want to do more things on a turn. So it's kind of best to space them out as best you can
So it's only if you want to do them back to back.
in the same turn. Yeah.
Okay,
So that way you couldn't hoard a bunch of amber and then go do a whole bunch of things.
Gotcha.
Because it does get progressively more expensive. The
So
more
I can
you
spend
manipulate
1 for a chisel
ability.
upgrade, and then 3 turns from now
still spend 1
again.
for the same or a different
Got it.
ability. It's just trying to prevent you from really overloading in one turn and getting crazy.
Okay.
Excellent.
That makes sense.
Cool. So we have on our player boards, you'll see here, we have a sharp chisel and a dull chisel side. So we're going to try to keep ourselves as straight as possible, keeping these on the right side of the board so that you guys learn how this plays. So I've got all my dull chisels over here. Do I get any chisels? I can't remember.
So
I'm the fourth player.
your fourth player, you will get
You get
1
one
sharpened to start
I
the
get
game.
1 sharpened chisel to start the game.
I get an amber.
And then
You
I get an amber.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Playing as Barbara Murphy.
Yeah, Dr. Barbara Murphy.
Yeah.
So on your turn, the first thing you will always do is immediately you will sharpen 3 chisels. So you'll pick up 3 chisels from your dull side of your board, move them over to your sharp side of the board, and then you have the opportunity to play your chisels to the board, and or interact with the field leader. So playing chisels to the board. Let me show you an example. So if I've got 3 on my turn to start with, if you're looking at the board, if it's only dirt, meaning there's no rocks on the line, it just costs one chisel to hold that crack. Because think of it as like you're just burying a crack, you know, setting up your dig site. If there is one half has a rock, so right here in this example, you've got one side with a rock and one side with dirt.
Yeah.
You know, it dulls chisels breaking through rock, so it will take one chisel to break through the rock and dull it, and then one chisel to hold the line. So if there is a set where there's two rocks on each side, so right here, you've got a rock on both sides, you're actually going to need 3 chisels to put a line hold there.
Okay.
So you're going to need one chisel to break through both rocks, and then one chisel to hold the line, and those two will come back dulled to your board.
Got it.
So we're going to go around, once you've done that, if you can interact with the field leader if you choose, and at the end of your turn, you may choose to hold and save one chisel over to the next round. So you could potentially start the round with 4 if you held over one.
When you lay your chisels down, do they have to be adjacent to each other?
You can spot
Really?
drop them
Okay,
anywhere. Yep.
okay.
You don't have
That's
to
good to
build
know.
in from the edge. You can start and drop one here. You could
Okay.
go and drop one here. Doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
And I was going to bring up that there is a variant to the game. These cards right here, these are special ability cards that kind of give you a little perk. So these come with the game, but we are not going to be playing with them tonight, just so that we can kind of show the basics and get through that. I want to point out that this artwork on these cards is awesome. You guys have done an excellent job. Andrew Bosley did a great job with making these characters really pop off the player board. So I really dig it. So Erin goes first,
Yep.
correct?
She does.
So I'm going to
yeah.
sharpen 3 chisels on the
Okay.
side. And then I'm going to lay my chisels there. And there's no rock, so
Right.
I don't need to use 2. There and there.
So real quick before we get too deep into it, so we want to talk about why are you laying your chisels and how does that work. So what you're trying to do is break off a piece from the slab. Now you could break off a piece from an edge. It's basically if it's completely disconnected from the rest of the field. Most often that will occur from an edge, and you'll end up with 2 pieces, one smaller and one larger. The small piece is what breaks off. You can also end up in a situation where we could carve out pieces out of the middle, which would then be just removed. But it has to be completely slab cut out. Once that happens, we'll remove it from the board, and we'll count up all the chisel lines for each player that contributed to the split. So if you're the only person, then no one else is going to receive dinosaur tiles. If, let's say, 2 of us were involved in a split of, let's say, these 4 tiles across the bottom. So let's say Erin and I, right off the bat, broke these 4 off. If Erin contributed more tiles, more lines to that split, she would get first pick.
Yeah.
And then taking first pick, and really anytime you take a pick, you always take half of what's there.
Yeah.
So if there are 4 tiles, and 2 people contributed to the split, she would take 2. Now, me as the only other person that contributed would see 2 remaining tiles, but I don't get both. I get half of what's available. So I would be able to choose one of those tiles, and then if there's a remainder, it actually goes to the field leader.
Yeah.
So someone can purchase that tile later.
So the field leader's inventory actually builds up pretty heftily during the game.
It will ebb and flow because you'll be transacting and buying, wanting to try to buy stuff from
And
him
you can buy
simultaneously.
things from him using your amber.
Correct. So
Okay.
yeah, if he's got something you want to complete a collection, grab it, bring it into your inventory and do that.
It's good.
But it's you'll start mathing out ways if you'll find people starting to build a split together, and sometimes you may want to cut it off at the pass because you may find that someone gets completely eliminated from even getting hexes, even if they're part of the split, just based on how the number.
Right.
We played
Makes
the other
sense.
night, and I ended up jumping into a situation where I knew I wasn't going to get a ton, but I would get first pick.
Yep.
So that made a difference because I knew what he wanted and I knew what I needed.
Right.
So I got first pick and I felt good about it.
Yep.
So.
All right, so then so my turn. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sharpen 3. So I actually will start out with 4 since I had 1 already sharpened to start the round. So what I will do is.
Everybody in the live stream, there is going to be a giveaway later in the show, so be sure to stick with us, ask questions, and we will figure out how we're going to give away a Kickstarter copy of this when it hits Kickstarter on the 21st of January. All right, Bob, you are up.
Okay, so first thing I do is sharpen 3 chisels. Okay, then, so let's see here. This, did I do this before laying chisels or after?
Either way, anytime in your turn. Yep.
Okay, and I see first buy 1 amber, second buy 2 amber, third buy 3 amber.
Right.
Does that allow me 3 times to interact with in one turn?
In one turn.
Or okay, cool.
Yeah, up to 3.
Okay,
so you've got
that's
one
an
amber.
extra way to get.
So you could do it. Yeah.
Extra chisels if I needed to right now.
Yeah, there are 4 things you can do with the field leader. We didn't cover that. So 4 transaction abilities you can purchase. One ability is that your next 2 chisels you lay ignore rocks. So instead of having the dull chisels to get through the rocks, you would just lay a chisel there. That's the immediate next 2 that you lay. The other option is you can actually just buy 2 additional chisels. So you just sharpen 2 additional chisels into your ready set. You can also choose to take a piece of amber and buy any tile on the field as long as it doesn't contribute and cause a crack.
Okay.
So you could just pluck a random tile.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It just can't trigger an event. But you can pull one. Or you can actually just use an amber to buy a fossil from the leader.
At the end of the game, amber worth victory points?
They are. So if you don't spend your amber, they are worth 1 victory point. If you end the game with a lot of amber built up, you probably didn't maximize that.
Right. But it's not just the thing that you're always going to want to throw away. You're just like, oh yeah, give me some more chisels. Oh yeah.
The only fossil you can't sell to the leader is a pterodactyl because it already is a complete dinosaur.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, a fossil that's complete you can't sell.
So you can't get. Can you get amber for the pterodactyl though?
You get the amber, but you can't sell it. You can't then turn around and resell it and get another piece of amber.
Gotcha.
For it.
Okay. All right. Man. So let me see.
So at the end of the game, Brachiosaurus takes 5 different pieces to pull it together. That's a 15-point dinosaur. There are 2 of them mixed up in there. There are also 2 T-Rexes. So those are 4 hex dinosaurs. And these are all in your handy-dandy field guide. Every player gets one of these. The Triceratops is 3.
I love the book.
The book look.
Everything
like
so good.
It's even like the little note.
Really good.
Pad
that's
things.
really
Man,
cool.
what are you doing,
Don't
Bob?
worry about me,
Come on.
man. Cut yourself off a piece of that.
Whatever.
You can grab some of that.
You can cut yourself off a piece of that.
No. Oh man, I don't know if I like this.
So there are 3 velociraptors in there as well, and those are the 2 hex dinosaurs, and then there are 5.
So I noticed that Erin and Chad joined a little bit of forces over there to cut off a big chunk.
You guys can certainly invade. This is
of course,
this is no holds barred
But if
competition.
we just scrape the edges here.
So the thing is, like, a lot of times people will be like, "Well, I'll just go take it right down the middle and try to get a big crack," but then people will cut you off at the pass, and then count those tiles out and try to mess you up.
All right, man. I guess this is how it's going down. So 1, 2.
Yep. So one to break.
3, 4.
So that one. That one has a rod.
Oh,
So this one would.
Don't worry, we'll get that next time.
Let's get that field leader.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let's get that field leader.
There you
2
go.
chisels.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
All right. Now it's happening.
So now it's
break apart.
It does break.
Yeah, it
So
does.
these will fall off because the chisels are on the edges. So these will come out. So you've got it is 3 to 3, and so since it's your turn,
player, I take
you take 2. You take half rounded up. So you would get 2, and then Bob would get half rounded up, which is
get that plant.
So if Bob would have had more lines, what would have happened there? If Ryan was active player, but Bob had more
Bob would have
lines.
gotten 2.
Bob would have taken the 2 because he would have had more.
Who would have gotten first pick?
Bob would have.
Okay.
If he had one more.
I knew I had the upper hand because I was active player, so it was
And we're not playing with it, but I know there are cards in there that let you break ties and things like
that. So the item cards. There are 5 different cards. There are 2 of each, and you can choose where not to play. Whether you randomly deal out 1 to each player or deal out 2 to each player.
Yeah.
But think of them kind of like as player abilities. You can use them once in the game. We wanted to make them modular so that way they can be mix and matched as opposed to being connected to a particular player.
Okay.
But in those chisels that were part of the line, you'll notice both of them put them back in their dull pile. So then that way they don't go back as sharpened chisels, just as the dull.
So these are a cumulative set collection.
So you don't have to reveal that.
Oh, I don't have to reveal that.
no,
Don't look
so-
at my plant, Erin.
Okay.
So the plants is an accumulative collection. So
Yes.
if you only have one plant in the game, it will score you 1 point. 2 plants will score you 3. 3 will score you 5. So you may not want to show how many plants you have because someone could sell a plant back to the field leader.
I mean,
and not
you'll
think about you
initially
could go
see it, right?
as long as you keep track of it. It's like counting cards.
Yes, if you keep track of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to sharpen 3. And then, so since there's no rock there, there's only fossil. Can I lay one without it cost? Okay, there.
Yeah, the
I
fossil
like
doesn't
that.
count as rock.
I like
We've
that.
got a question
Right there.
on our YouTube channel from Cubson. Who ends up getting the majority? The majority is the person who owns the most of that color chisel. So right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Chad's got 6. So if this were to end right now, Chad would get half
Well,
of those.
I'm green.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
white,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Aaron would
area
get-
control.
If we connected it, you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
count whoever had the majority of that
Right.
area.
Majority of the area.
Yeah, so it's area control, a little bit of a twist because most of your area control you're fighting for count of like troops
Yep.
or something inside. This is actually counting like what's
Outside
causing
edge.
the separation.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
All right.
It's a really good take. I like it.
So you're done.
I'm done.
So I will sharpen 3,
Okay.
and then I will come at it
I'm
from
just
this
gonna
angle.
let you know we shouldn't let
that's
them
interesting.
take off that giant.
I know,
chunk
they have that giant
they're
chunk.
about to do.
What
So.
are you doing?
Well, no, because Chad just changed
oh,
it
he's
up.
changing it
Oh,
up.
I'm going right through the center of that thing.
Bob.
So
You're not getting
Cubson,
that many tiles.
They actually get to pick half of the tiles, and then second place gets to pick half of the half that is left.
Right.
Okay.
don't like
So it's they're always going to break down to the halfway point.
All right, so
round it up.
I'm sharpening 3, and I'm also interacting with not Erin,
Oh, no,
Not
no,
Aaron.
I'll
the
take
field,
it.
the field leader, to sharpen 2 more.
Oh.
And
Nice.
let's go ham on
Yeah,
this.
he's gonna just go back in here. He doesn't really hold on, just a general pile.
Don't do it,
How
Bob.
can I do this? Chad, is this a chisel right here?
That's a chisel
And
right
you
there.
didn't
Yeah.
get anything right there?
Yeah.
He's all over the place. He's just putting it everywhere.
You see him. What's up, kiddo?
Our dog
Man,
wants to
I
play
don't-
really bad.
I don't
Yes, he
want
does.
them to have. You know what? Let's do that.
Or you could just go over here and do your own thing. Bob.
Yeah.
Look at this whole piece of dirt over here.
Yeah.
Why are you in
So
our area?
this is 1
One
and
to dull.
2,
Yep. When to lay it. Yep.
and then that, and then
So you have not broken off a piece yet.
I haven't, but I've disrupted what you guys.
You have disrupted
yeah.
this
Your
thing.
plans were.
So one of the things we haven't, it will likely come out the way we've kind of scattered them within here. But we talked before about when you break off a chunk, the contributing lines. We want you to figure out what the totals are. Go back to the dull side of those players. If there are chisels that are in the middle of the broken slab, so like for example, this were to go crack all the way across, and all these didn't contribute to it, but end up being broken off. All of those go back to their owners as sharpened chisels. So what you want to try to do is mitigate leaving someone with like 8 chisels to put out, because then they can come in and just do all kinds of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's like it's one of those things where like it takes a few
yeah,
plays to start thinking about that kind of thing, because it does reward the more you play it, the more you're gonna think about stuff like that. But it's a little
Sharpen
extra
3
depth.
chisels.
steal some
So-
of their tiles. Over there.
She doesn't have any tiles.
We don't have any tiles. We haven't brought
No,
anything.
but look at that huge
That's
chunk
tough.
they're trying to
I
cut out.
know. You're trying to misguide me.
But you don't want to create a whole bunch of sharpened chisels going to players
That's
either.
true. Bob, don't misguide me, bud.
Oh, Ryan's on his own over there, lone wolf. We got Barb
See
Murphy
what's-
and the lone wolf over there.
See,
Barbara
taking up all the
Murphy.
easy spots.
Whatever. Barbara Murphy knows what she wants.
Wow.
She wants that Brachiosaurus, son.
So 2 of the characters we haven't seen yet, while Erin is coming back. So Dr. Malcolm Stone is another one we haven't seen, and then Dr. Amy Liu, as well as we got Naomi Grant, we've got Wilson Moore.
I like Wilson Moore. He's a frail dude, but he's doing it.
He's seen some things over the years.
Yeah, Doug. So actually, what you are doing here is you are basically chiseling out the pieces on this hexagonal board. So you're laying your chisels on the area based on the stipulations on the board, whether there's rocks or double rocks on 2 tiles. It's going to take extra chisels. You only get 3 chisels per turn. There's ways to get a couple of extra chisels, and you can also carry over.
Sure.
But yes, you're essentially just cutting out. But it's area control as well. So if someone cuts this out by themselves, they're going to get all of those tiles.
No, I'm going to get half of the.
Oh, that's right.
Always
half.
pull
And the others go to the field leader, correct?
Yeah, if you're the only person that contributes to the split, like
Yes.
you end up getting half what's there, and the field leader just gets the balance.
Yes, that's right. What are you doing, Erin?
Oh,
This is getting crazy.
Interesting.
I use that, yeah.
What is happening?
Done?
All right.
Oh man. See, now I got decisions. So I'm gonna sharpen 3. One thing to remember: if you get too sporadic, you always have to sharpen 3.
If you run out, you run out.
If you run out, you have to pull from the
back from the
field
board.
to then
I did
sharpen
not
the
know
3.
that.
Yeah, so do
Okay.
not run out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so I've got 3. This is going to be. So this is interesting because we've already got. Really, this is just this, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Bob is going to get back.
4 sharpened chisels.
Well, actually, just the 3.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
that
that's
one
part of it.
contributes.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's get crazy. We'll
I'm
do
all
that.
right with that.
So it will, because it has 2 rocks, it takes 2 dulls to get through it, and
Plus
then
the
1
one
to
drop.
hold the line.
Okay.
Okay.
So now what we've got here is this separation.
I'm at least
so,
getting a tile out of that.
You're getting 3
So
chisels
these 3
sharpened back.
and these 2 did not contribute to the crack.
Yeah.
So Bob will take these back to his sharpened pool.
Yeah.
I'll take these back to my sharpened pool,
Yep.
and then this will break off. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't exactly. This is like a felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not exactly great.
So let's take these off,
Okay.
and what we'll do is count them up
Okay.
and see who the big split winner is.
No,
That's
this.
not
Oh, I'm
sharpened.
sorry. I'm
This
sorry.
contributed.
That contributed.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got green will choose first, white will choose second, and then Bob will choose third.
So we turn
from
these over,
these.
right?
And these all go back to your dull side.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so how many?
You're going to get half.
I would
Rounded
get
up.
half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
8.
So
So you'll get
4.
4.
4 tiles.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
And then
well,
2 and 1.
I think I'm gonna go with both of those. And
Got Triceratops head in there.
It is. You got
Yeah.
Triceratops in there, a
It's a good
Velociraptor
one.
tail, a Brachiosaurus
Some
head.
random bones.
and that's
Are-
a wild, right?
That is the other wild. So there is
It's a
one
wild, okay.
one up
and I
face
can
up,
use
and there's
that
one.
anywhere I want.
So as soon as you connect it to a dinosaur to complete a fossil or complete a dinosaur set,
Okay.
it stays there. You can't move it.
And that would be, and I can leave these upside down until I've completed what I want.
And then
Once I
reveal
turn
it.
it over, if the wild is used within that, it's
It
set
lo- it's
for
locked in.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would only keep them hidden so no one can look it across and be like, oh, well, Erin needs that one
Right.
tail. I'm going to take it, just
Okay.
kind of hate draft it.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
that you can keep them hidden. Okay, I think that I'm good to go.
Okay, so that leaves 4 remaining. So we're going to do...
So you'll get 2 and I get 1.
I will get 2, which is half, and you'll get half of the remaining 2. So I'm going to take a pterodactyl. Oh, man, Bob started the plant train already.
That's not a plant. You don't remember that.
I'll take this
I'll take
Velociraptor
that
tail,
plant.
and you'll take the plant. And this will go to the field leader because it is a remainder,
Yep.
so it can be
Okay.
purchased later. And because I completed the pterodactyl, that is a complete dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I will hide my Velociraptor tail, and I now have an amber for completing
Nice.
that.
Okay.
And because it's still my turn, because I still have 2 sharpened chisels remaining,
Yeah.
and I can only hold over
And
1.
then, even though you got the amber for that now, that's still worth 1 victory point at the end of the game. Correct?
Yep, it is.
Okay.
So then what I will do is get over here into this mix, and I will
Oh, you're going to sneak up in there and
actually
try to get
save
some of them parts.
1 chisel for the next turn.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm going to
If
go
you're just now
ahead
joining us,
and
we're playing Jurassic Parts,
sharpen
25th
3
Century
chisels.
Games.
Man, if
This
I
is
kept
coming
that
to
amber for right
Kickstarter
now.
on January 21st,
That's all right.
2020.
So you've got a nice little set there because you had the ones that
Yeah.
were turned to you sharpened. So
I
you've got you
know.
can put on a nice little chunk here.
I'm trying to decide. Oh.
What are you looking at? Stop
Nothing.
saying ooh. That stuff.
hold on. That would take 2. Oh, God, that would take 2. That would take 2. That's too much. And 1, 1. I need 1. All right, let me see if I can't come up with a better line here.
It's a really thinky game because you don't want to give people an advantage, but you also want to get into the mix when something good's available.
That's a rock and dirt, so that's 1, 2. That's bear. That's bear. That's bear. Oh.
Can't do it.
That's so going. It's like,
he
doesn't realize that's a rock right there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm
but you can always leave it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to carry this over.
There you go.
Okay.
All
I'm going
right.
to carry over that chisel right there.
Barbara Ryan Murphy.
Yeah. Barb getting those dinosaur bones. Okay. Let's go here and then double here.
Yep.
Boom.
And that's going to break that off.
And then I know I'm giving
So Ryan has definitely contributed to the split the most. So this goes to my doll, and these all go back to Ryan.
What do I need? What do I need here?
So
Let's get them Brock parts.
So even though what was nice about that, from like a kind of an efficiency standpoint, I only had to add 1,
And you still
I
got something.
I got a tile. That one actually cost Ryan about 5 chisels to end up with 2.
And 2
so
turns.
it is an efficiency game as well.
Yep.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I only want to go after the Brack. Maybe I should then.
Maybe you can trade them. You can trade some parts.
Yeah, maybe I could.
You're done, right?
You don't want to. You don't want to put that plant up there. He's going to come get
Because
it.
he'll just buy it later.
You
I
can
know.
steal that
No,
plant.
I'm not going to do that.
Maybe
whatever.
for 5 points if I get that. You know what? I'm gonna take that. All right. So
Okay.
Phil Lear is gonna end up with.
Loving the Shroot Farm
Oh,
sweatshirt.
thank you. I'm representing well. Yes.
Oh, man.
Greg
Okay,
is
let's
in,
see.
just
We're
joined
starting
in.
3.
So Greg, this game is not out yet. It comes to Kickstarter January 21st, 2020. It'll
from tomorrow.
fulfill, it'll come to Kickstarter in a week, and then it'll fulfill approximately.
So we'll this will be available at the cons this summer.
Oh,
so
really?
We'll,
Okay.
we'll fulfill it pretty
Origins?
before
Oh,
that.
wow.
So it'll be available at Origins.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
It's,
Quick
it's
turnaround.
limited quantities at Origins,
Yep.
and then it'll be a
Okay,
retail release. I think we're targeting July.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that's really good. So
And this is, 30 40 minute
It's
game.
about yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Be a little faster the more you play it, but
It's
it still clocks in roughly the same because every board's different. So
Oh,
it's all
yeah.
to think about
Yeah,
it.
totally.
All right. You're up.
So first thing I'll do, sharpen 3, which gives me access to 4. Question is,
Yeah, do it. You need to do it.
actually, you know what?
Stick around in the stream. We're going to be giving away a copy of the Kickstarter pledge in just a little while.
All right, you
as
know
we
what?
come to the end of the game.
It is smart to do it because I will get 3 out
Yeah.
of that. So
Yeah.
it will be a 5 break. So
Yeah.
break through the rock with 1 to dull, and then that, which will then separate these 5.
Yep.
So we're 4 and 4. So I will win the tie since I'm the active player. So I'll get to
Flip those
choose.
puppies
I
there.
don't like what this.
Bring over here. Ooh. All right. So I will take 3 here.
Look at that. Amber.
Bob's trying to push something on me.
Right.
No, you
No.
Bob.
I don't do that.
All right. So I am going to keep the amber out of Bob's hands and grab 2 of these pterodactyls, which will be 2 complete of those.
Yeah.
And then I got 1 more to pick, and we'll take. And so Bob only got to get half. Remember,
Yeah,
so
we
one
did,
goes goes up
Because
there.
I didn't finish it as the active player.
All right, and I've still got 2 chisels left. So what we're gonna do is
Wow.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna
You're going to break that off?
Just that one little piece.
Wow.
I know, right?
Man.
So I feel like
Make it move, Chad.
all right, I'm gonna dull it and break it
Yeah.
there.
I need some
That was
amber.
a good move.
Man.
I haven't had any amber. It's terrible.
Another pterodactyl, man. That's
It's
more
rough.
amber. Chad's got 4 amber over
Oh
there.
no!
I'm just gonna take the Brock.
Really?
Pascal asked the question in Facebook,
Really?
is there individual powers or do we all have the same actions? We all have the same actions, but the game also comes with these cards. These are different play abilities, give you a little perk, and so these cards can be played as a variant.
Radar
So,
imager.
Yep.
What is it?
Microscope. Yep. Doctoral
Government
pieces.
contract.
Yep.
So
Government grant. Yeah.
one little item note here: since I did not take the pterodactyl, it does go to the field leader.
Okay.
So this pterodactyl will not generate an amber. So if you because it's only when you excavate it do you get the amber.
So it'll still be worth a victory point.
Yeah, if you collect it from
But
the
you're still
field
just
leader,
trading amber for...
you wouldn't get that. So, but I will actually use my 1 amber to buy 1 from the leader.
On YouTube, we're being asked, besides Origins, where else will we be for the con? So we'll be at Tantrum Con this coming at the end of this month. Chad, Tantrum Con?
I'll be at TantrumCon as well.
Tantrum Con. We're going to be at Origins this summer.
Origins, Southern
Fried
Fried Gaming.
Southern Fried Gaming Expo, which is in Atlanta, Georgia in July.
Yeah.
And then Bob
PAX,
will be at PAX
Unplugged.
Unplugged.
And then I might throw an extra one in there. We'll see.
Are you guys going to Gen Con?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know
and then
yet.
there's the possibility of Geekway to the west.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Geekway,
know.
possibly Geekway.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, so it is my turn?
Yep.
Okay, so sharpen 3 chisels. Let's see. I need to knock some stuff out here.
You need an
because
amber so you can buy that
I
plant.
know. I need amber big time.
Thanks everybody for joining us on streams. We've got YouTube and Facebook going. Good audience
There's
participation.
no
in both.
other pterodactyls that I can see right now. Although,
All the face-up ones are gone.
man,
There are still 2 floating around in the hidden tiles.
Yes, Andrew Smith says Southern Fried Gaming Expo rocks. It is
you know
amazing.
what? Yeah, Proto ATL too, Andrew.
You in Pro too?
Are you going to Proto ATL?
I'll probably go to Proto ATL. Yeah.
Okay. Proto ATL for Bob.
I don't know that I'll have anything ready for show, but
Yeah.
I'll hang out.
Hang out.
Hanging out's fun too.
Yeah, I'll hang out. Hold on a second. Man, that's real tempting. You know what I'm looking at?
Oh, the T-Rex?
No.
2 pieces? What?
There's a face-up plant over there.
You did?
And I can
The biologist in the
I
group,
can just
apparently.
snag it
Yeah.
How
right
many
now.
plants do you have, Bob?
They're all plants.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
I smell they're all
all
plants.
plants.
I've been watching you, Bob.
Yeah.
They're nothing but plants.
Okay.
So how do we determine a winner?
hold on.
Greg, points are given out. Points are given out based on how many of these dinosaurs you complete. So you have points. So like the Brachiosaurus is worth 15 victory points. T-Rex is worth 10 victory points. So what you're doing is you're trying to complete as many of these to get victory points. And then also Joel is asking, when is the end?
Yeah. I just know he's stressed out. Like, he's like, no, please let this work. Yeah. I just know he's stressed out. Oh, like,
Oh,
We're back.
we're back! Oh,
Run
no.
back there.
Hey, we're back live.
Sorry, I was talking
And
about
Erin
you.
was not talking about you at all.
We're not talking about you.
Okay, our stream got interrupted. No clue why. So, all right, we are back with like.
That's terrible.
Oh,
I didn't say anything bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
man.
All right. It was.
Glad we're back. That's
Okay,
great.
we are back.
Ryan's turn.
It's my turn. Yeah, so there was our stream dropped for a couple minutes. Have no clue what
No
was
clue why.
seen, heard, or not heard.
Including
All
Erin making fun of Ryan.
On the replay. So I'm taking these 3 right here, and I'm going to go ahead and sharpen those chisels. Where am I going now? That really messed me up. Okay, yay.
All right, take 3.
We have no clue why.
And down again.
Yeah, so we have that dial-up internet.
And now we're cha-cha.
So,
Yeah, go reboot your AOL CD. Let's
yeah.
get this thing.
Let's see if this stays.
Wow,
We'll see what
yeah.
happens. Okay. Let's just see.
Ryan, did you pay your cable bill?
We
As a reminder, there's a Patreon.
That's right. That is right. There is a
Patreon.com/144.
Woo!
Okay, let's see.
Hurry up, quick layer.
Yeah.
We're in speed round.
Dude.
Need two.
Dude.
You guys are working on a nice big old
Let's see.
chunk across there.
Let's do. I don't know what I want.
How many chisels did you have to work with?
Yeah, 3.
What's an average score in this game? Do you know? Have you seen in Kevin's and yours play testing? Like, have you seen people with,
What is
both
that?
Brachiosauruses?
It's very, very rare.
Okay.
It's really hard to
Isaac,
complete
how
one.
are you, sir?
Okay.
But yeah, usually if you can find a way to complete one, like you rarely have other large ones because you're constantly trying to work on it. But, but yeah, you may pull like a Brock and like pull like a Triceratops and then have a couple other random 25, 26 point kind of thing.
Okay,
Right,
so my plant strategy, my soul plant strategy is not horrible.
No. It's
not bad.
Okay.
If you can get all the way up to 8 and pull,
I just need to
26,
find a way to get some amber. I probably should have tried to steal one of those pterodactyls.
So we've got YouTube's full of conspiracy theories. It's Erin's fault. It's Bob's fault. Shroot Farms needs to work on their Wi-Fi. So Facebook is just very caring and loving. So Isaac yells, "Bob!"
What's up, Isaac?
All right, let's see what I can do here.
All right, and we are going to be giving away as we come to the end of this. Maybe when we get down to just a tiny bit of the board, we'll give away a copy of the Kickstarter pledge of Jurassic Parts.
So I will dull one, place one there, and then what to do? Just go ahead and drop one right there.
Okay.
That's
Let
interesting.
me sharpen 3
Okay.
and
I feel like something's gonna break. Maybe.
man.
It's going to be interesting.
So I can, all right. Hold on. That one.
Oh no! I know what I should have done. I should have done something with the field leader. I messed up. Should have did a transaction with one of these pieces of amber. That would have helped me.
Oh, man, there is no good. No, I need 4.
Yep. This is why I should have done something with the field leader. I done one of the transactions.
Yeah, well, you should have because you have
If
amber.
I could have done like
the
the next 2 chisels, ignore rocks. Like I could have grabbed like, a couple things I really need.
Greg, this is a 4-player game. You have 6 different player cards, but it's 4 players, and you are takes about 30 to 40 minutes. So we were the other night we played it. We taught some friends, and we played it in 35 minutes. So,
but we also
we're playing around on the live stream. So
yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to carry 1 over.
Okay. All right. I've got three to sharpen. Man, you made this easy on me, Bob.
Right there. Right?
What you talking about? 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, I think you're gonna go that route.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
I thought you were gonna cut it off.
All of
Okay,
this.
so between
now
the
we've
2
got-
whites and the 2 blues.
So it's
Is it player
I
turnover?
get half.
it would still go clockwise from the active player.
turnover.
So I would take second pick and you would take third.
Come on,
There's a plant,
Chad.
Bob. There's a plant.
Nobody's going to let me have that.
No,
I get
they're not.
half.
All right, so take your chisels
They
to the
might.
dull side.
They might.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody needs the plant.
I get half of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get
full
4.
four.
You could probably build a full
Man,
dinosaur
I got a
in
full.
that.
I got a full.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
pterodactyl.
wow.
That one
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
Velociraptor.
Let's get some more of these Brock bones.
No.
And
No.
then what?
Fanny pack to victory.
Let's fan pack.
That's funny.
I like plants. I'm
No, you're
Taking his
not.
plant.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
turning over a new leaf, Bob. Literally.
You know what? No, it's okay. Because I can turn tiles into the field leader for amber.
You sure can.
And then can I turn the amber back into the field
Goodbye.
leader for...
Yeah, so you can sell.
Okay.
You can only sell one loose fossil tile to
Yeah.
the field leader per turn.
Right.
So then you could turn one in, and then basically swapping.
Basically
so
just
you
swapping.
turn in for one, and then your first transaction buy
be
a tile,
yes.
and it would be essentially a swap.
And you can do
Got
that
it.
within the same
Got it,
turn.
got it, got
Yeah,
it.
so selling is different
Okay.
from buying, but you can do
Okay.
both at the same time.
So Douglas on Facebook, this is how this works. The field leader, you can actually sell to the field leader, and then when you sell to the field leader, you'll get some amber, and these
I
are
think
the abilities that you get. So,
Yeah, any bone or any bones that are not going to actually make a complete dinosaur,
Yeah.
and going to be pretty much
Gotta figure out
useless
what
for
seal
you.
to take.
You're going to want to sell to the field leader
Yep.
for perks like ignoring rocks or extra 2 chisels on your turn. Or okay, so I get 1 out of this, right?
Yep.
Why I'm always getting 1 in every break
1.
that happens. I'm just getting.
But you've
1.
got like I know most like all those are plants, so I know you're sitting on like 8 or so
Yeah.
points over there.
All right.
Either 8 or 11, I can't count. how many tiles you
It's
got.
Aaron.
Okay, so turn order, we can only transact with the field
go
leader.
ahead and
Anytime. Anytime.
Yeah,
Sure.
so you
but
can
I
make
can't do
that
that.
in Amber?
I can do that before.
Before you play. Yep.
Whoa.
So
okay.
I put my Velociraptor out there. Let everybody know I got that VR.
get an
got
amber.
That,
Yep.
amber. So
Yeah.
So that's locked in.
Velociraptor.
all right.
Okay. I'm going to sell this to the field leader.
So sharpen chisels first, so you don't
Yeah.
forget.
Okay, put 'em over here.
Because you're
Okay,
always going to
that's
do
right,
that,
that's right.
and so that way, if you don't have enough, you know to pull from the
I
field.
can still play these though, even though I'm interacting. Okay.
The field leader is
So-
nobody is the field leader. It's just a
I'm selling him a fossil
generic
for
character.
an
Yeah.
amber.
Yep.
I'm going to use my amber to. It says next to chisels, ignore rocks.
Yep.
Okay, so
Spend it,
spend it, and put it back in
and
there.
then
And so I'm gonna
Oh, wow.
ignore
I know what she's doing.
This
rock
is-
right there and ignore rock
Oh.
right there.
Oh.
Right?
Look
Yeah.
at that.
Do I
she's
get it
getting-
all?
No,
You get
you
half.
I only get
always
half.
get
Okay,
Well,
one.
you
that's
get
fine,
half.
that's
You
fine.
get half
Okay, so
to yourself.
But it's only
I mean,
you.
that's fine,
yeah.
though.
But she's left some real weird stuff for
I
him.
haven't gotten hardly anything.
So
So-
these all go to your doll since they contributed to the split,
Gotcha. Okay.
and you get to
Okay.
look at those and pick.
Right. Okay. I'm going to pick. Let's see here. Interesting.
Oh my goodness.
You're struggling over there.
Going to let me make sure I did that right. If I pick these two, that will then.
We're getting a little cutthroat with this one.
I know, curses. I took what I wanted.
Let's see.
Different leader abilities in the Kickstarter? No, just these.
Okay.
All the leaders
ability
will always
cards.
be
Right.
symmetric, correct?
Okay.
The leaders are just basically just
They're just-
flavor.
No,
only.
no,
So,
symmetry,
do these go to
everything
the
else
field
is okay.
leader since they're
So-
left over?
Yeah.
They're left
Yep,
over?
both of those
Okay.
would go. Yeah, so the only so the item cards are where your asymmetry,
Okay.
one-time use options come in.
Yep.
Okay.
The player boards themselves are purely aesthetic. you
Okay.
know. So this would allow
Beautifully
you.
aesthetic.
This would this would allow you to introduce little asymmetric powers,
Yeah.
but still allow you to play any character you want to play.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Good point.
And I turned over my completed.
Then you get Amber.
You get amber.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Oh, what do you
great.
have over there? T-Rex?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
told you
Oh,
guys.
did you build a T-Rex?
I told you
T-Rex.
guys
Man.
that she was. Oh, I
I feel
said
like I'm
Rocket
working on the
Saber.
same stuff everybody else is working
Yeah.
on because I can't ever find a way to complete anything. All
I
right.
got a Brock backbone if somebody wants it.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna do.
So anybody who's joined us on the stream in the past,
Sharpen 3.
we've got Phil, we've got Isaac, we've got Douglas, we've got Andrew, we've got a bunch of people who have been on the streams before. Do you like the overhead cam? It's new this time, so we just got a piece, and we're actually I've made a little bracket, and so it's if you like the overhead cam, please let us know. It's cleared up some of the game space, which is nice.
All right, so sharpen my 3. We'll dull 1 to get through that rock, and then place 1 here, which will then break this
And
off.
this comes in sharpened.
That goes to your sharpens. It did not contribute to the split. That goes to your dull.
Okay.
And then, since it's the 2 of us,
Okay.
I will choose 2 of these, and you will get 1.
Okay.
And there's a wild card, a Velociraptor, and a Brachiosaurus piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Wild. Wild bones.
Although,
It's a tough little break.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, I knew you would do that.
Man.
So,
Oh no.
so I got that Velociraptor head.
All right. So what I will do is now. Actually not going to use it yet. I still do have one chisel remaining that I could play on the field. Actually, what I'm going to do.
Yeah, so Andrew, you noticed the shiny glare on the bottom on a little bit of the cards. We only noticed the shiny glare on some of the cards as we got started. So we're gonna test some of the lighting around the table and just make sure that we're good to go. So who wants to see Bob's face? So,
Bob.
Not me.
Everybody
Bob,
wants to see Bob's face.
I don't want to see my face.
Bob can.
Right, I'm going to spend an amber
man.
to buy from the field leader.
okay.
Grab this.
I feel like Chad's killing it over
Chad,
there.
why does it
And I'm
have?
going to hold. No, I'm going to drop it out. Just do it. All right.
Where it says field leader transactions, why does it have a little token of a dude's head there where it says take any fossil from the field leader? Is that just
that's
saying
just
that's
indicate
designating
the
that
field
that's
leader
the field
character,
leader?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no token. You would just
Gotcha.
take any tile from the field leader,
Yeah.
which would
Okay.
be anything up here.
Okay.
All right, so first thing, well, I'll make that last. Let me see what I can get here. Chad, what are we looking at here, man?
Well,
Um,
I'm hoping. Yeah.
you
It's
know
almost
what?
like almost any way you might split it. I think I might can get in there, unless you do it that way.
Oh my
Then-
goodness.
Oh, you're not even splitting
No,
it yet.
I'm not.
Okay, okay.
It's all right.
So with the split is always going to be the smaller of the halves, which
Yeah.
starts coming to more play
Hold
here.
your horses, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna make a transaction with the field leader
Okay.
to do
So
that.
you're
course.
going to sell it for
Well,
an
I'm
amber.
gonna sell it for an amber, and
then
buy with
yeah.
the amber for
Okay.
yeah.
You didn't get the plant?
He did get
He
the
did
plant.
get the plant, yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
two plants up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
How many
Ooh.
plants do you have? Like
Interesting.
I
5,
think he's like all plants.
which would be 11 points.
It's not that many points.
Okay.
I don't know if
It's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
do
work
that.
unless
so
I
I'm
get
gonna
another plant.
three. I'm gonna get 3 sharpened chisels. Oh man. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So this would be the 3 is what's going to break.
Taking the bottom. Yeah.
And so we've got blue contributed the most. So blue will get 2, yellow will get 1, and white will get
white gets
nothing.
nothing.
And because it contributed to the split,
Yep.
It
goes
comes
to
back
dull, not-
yes.
Jeez. One more.
So
Oh
you
yeah, I
get
got
one more.
one more.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on, is that
actually-
pterodactyl?
Yes, sir.
Oh yes, it is.
Man, come
what
on.
a great
So-
split! Are you
So,
kidding me?
Okay.
You
Are
got
you
the
kidding
perfect
me?
split over there?
Are you kidding me?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, my
and,
goodness.
Man, I don't know. I don't want that. What is that? Triceratops body, Triceratops head. Let's go ahead and sell to. I can buy those fossils, right?
You can, yeah, with amber.
Yeah.
One amber for your first buy,
Yep.
2 for your second.
So I'm gonna sell a Brachiosaurus body for an amber. Okay.
Oh, and amber counts at the
Yep.
end. That's
And then
right.
I'm going to sell a Velociraptor body.
You can only sell
Yeah,
one per turn.
because
One per turn. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. So
Yeah.
my buy, I'm going to go ahead and buy Triceratops.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
All right. I'm done.
So I'm gonna sharpen 3. I have a question.
Bob, the paleobotanist.
So I'll use 2 to break it there.
Your choice.
Right. So out of these 2, I get a choice, right?
Yep. So that will go back
And this is
dull,
dull.
and then you'll reveal it. Pick one.
Yeah, Greg, this is
That-
every
and this
man for
goes here.
himself.
Okay.
Team play, that would be interesting if you, maybe if you had a couple couples, maybe they could make some decisions.
So
But
that
together, but
you
that's
lock
about
that
it.
in and complete
I'm
it.
locking
lock
that
that
in.
So
in.
that gets you an amber.
Amber.
That's right. Okay.
And you actually, so your turn is actually going to end it 'cause you actually still have sharpened chisels left. I won't get to go. So you will get a chance to break this.
Do we
Really?
get the opportunity to go back to the not at all?
Oh no.
Oh wow!
That's
so I
not
get the
good.
opportunity to
Yeah.
break
So
that. So I would use 2.
I was one turn away.
And that was
Killed
too-
me.
I'm going
Killed
to.
me.
So
I
one
can't
goes into
believe
my
that.
hand.
Yeah, one goes.
I'm
Who
gonna sell
just put
them
that Brock button there?
for that.
Who put that
I think
Brachiosaurus
I
tail
did,
in there?
but I think
Yeah.
I just got it.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's-
sure. Somebody
That's
did.
hot crap.
All right. So
Okay.
at this point now, you'll
This is
reveal any completed dinosaurs.
One complete.
If you
and a
complete
whole
them, you do
bunch
get an
of
amber
incomplete.
still. So because you do complete, so you get an amber.
I already got an amber for this one.
Oh, you didn't
So,
have.
yeah, I'm missing one piece on all of these.
Oh no.
So I have
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 collected plants
What?
for 15
5,
and a pterodactyl for
6,
16.
7.
You have 19 points over there, don't you?
17.
17? Isn't that a velociraptor?
I think. Well, no. I have a T-Rex.
Oh, you have a
12.
T-Rex.
For 10, a velociraptor for 4. That's 14,
Oh, yeah,
and
and
then
the
3
3
amber.
amber.
17.
Man.
Oh, if you would let me get one more turn, I would have had 20 points.
Oh wow.
Although I think Chad killed
What
it.
did you get?
Yeah.
Are you
So-
kidding
I
me?
got 13.
Oh no.
Yeah, so 15, 16, 17, 18, and then
Goodness.
19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Gracious.
Wow.
Yep. That was it.
Wow. So what are
13 was
these?
my
Is
score.
that a full?
No, these are. I was one short of my T-Rex, and
Okay.
I had both tails of two
Okay, so those didn't
velociraptors.
count
these
for
are all count for
anything.
one victory point.
Oh, they count for one.
Incomplete
Oh.
loose fossils count for one.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
All right.
So,
Cool.
yeah, I mean, do you
Yeah,
want to
13
give away?
points. Yeah, let's do a giveaway. 13 points for me. Erin,
17.
17.
25, 24, 25.
25.
That is crazy.
Yeah, no.
All right.
16.
16, man. I came in
Wow.
last. All
If I could get one more turn though, like everything I needed was in that pot
Yeah.
up there, and I
Yeah.
had like 2
Yeah.
ambers
You
left.
have
Comments?
to give me a number.
8.
8.
Uh,
That's funny you picked that number.
I would just.
That's
yeah.
my favorite number.
Oh really?
Of all
okay.
time.
All right.
That's awesome.
Number
You
8.
don't hear that often.
Yeah.
All right, old Spork Eye on YouTube. YouTube. Old Spork Eye on
All right.
YouTube. I believe that is Phil.
Congratulations,
Oh, Phil?
So Phil wins a copy of
Pledge for
Nice.
Jurassic
a pledge
Parts.
for Jurassic Parts.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Phil, just go when the campaign goes live. Go in and back it for $1. That makes it easier for me to track it in the pledge manager. Then once the campaign's over, I'll just upgrade you and credit you the cost of the upgrade.
Nice.
And we'll
Nice.
we'll connect with you, Phil, later after we go offline. Okay. So yeah, no fanny pack bonuses. No.
No.
So
We can
that's
probably
actually
show
an
the item
expansion.
cards. That way everybody can kind of see what we
Yeah.
extra variable things we did not play with.
Yep.
There
Variable item cards.
There are 2 of each. There are 10 total. So you can choose to
Let's see.
you can choose to mix them up and deal 1 to every player, or mix them up and deal 2 to every player. It's kind of up to you how much variation you want in the game.
Yep.
But there are 5 different things. So think of these as your asymmetric kind of player powers. They're one-time use, so once you use it, you discard the card. But it gives you just some light variation. None of them are massive, right? So the backpack lets you carry over 2 additional chisels
Yeah.
this turn, so you could buy and then hold extra 2. Receive a bonus amber when you complete a 4 or 5 part dinosaur. So if you completed a T-Rex or a Brachiosaurus, you'd get a bonus piece of amber. Resolve a tie in your favor, so the turn order would
That
break.
would have been so helpful.
Yeah.
And then the radar imager will let you look at a concealed tile on the board. So if you, which could be helpful if you want to use the pluck a card,
Yep.
from the field. And then I'm not sure what the government
This
grant.
is the government
oh,
grant.
Yep. So that's reduces the transaction cost of the field leader by 1, still minimum of 1.
Yep.
So you can do a second buy for essentially just 1 amber.
Yeah. Very cool game.
Yeah,
Chad,
it's
it's
great.
been a pleasure playing with you, man, and I'm really impressed with where the game came from and where it is right now.
Yeah, we
really good stuff. So
I think last time we played this was probably
prototype a little
this
over a
was
year ago.
yeah,
so.
even before winter chicken dinner
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
has been a while. It's been a long time
This
coming.
has
I
come
think we've been
a long way.
Yeah.
working on it for a while, and I think working with Kevin and obviously Andrew and Matt on the art.
Yeah.
And I think it really is in a good spot. I think we've got a few surprises for the Kickstarter campaign.
Nice.
I think that people might be excited about.
Nice.
And like I said, hopefully it does well next week, and really love support. You can go to JurassicParts.games.
Okay.
I'll redirect you to the Kickstarter pre-campaign notification. So if we get to 500 notification followers by the time the campaign starts, every backer will get a limited edition enamel pin.
A Jurassic Parts pin?
What?
So I think we're like at 300 something. So we got like 200 more followers to
so
go.
Be sure to look after the stream's done. We'll post about that so that you can jump in there. So January 21st, Jurassic Parts on Kickstarter from 25th Century Games. All right. This is how we sign it off. Until next time, we will see you at the table.